the truth every day through this medium. Welcome all. Salutations. By invoking the grace of Parabrahma Ishvara, Jagannatha, Devatagana, Gurugana, Shastragana, we are trying to understand our inner and outer personality layers of Loka, Devaka, etc. to beautify them, strengthen them so that our outer life is wonderful, our spiritual life too. Friends, let us start our day of few activities of Vedic chanting, common sense thought, mantrocharana, Mangalacharana Shloka, Sankalpa, Upanishad mantra and Adhyayana with the Vedic Shanti mantras. The 5 mantras, only once we will chant them. Bhadram Karnevihi Yaschandasam Vrishavo Vishwarupah Shanno Mitraha Apyayantu Mamangani and Tachamyora Vrudimahe. All these Veda mantras in which we invoke Parabrahma Tattva through his various expressions of divinities which empower every of our personality so that we become divinized continuously. Let us revel in that chanting, friends. Start. Om Bhadram Karnevihi Shrunuyama Devaha Bhadram Pashyemakshabhiryajatraha Sthirairangai Stushtvagam Sastanovihi Vyashema Devahitam Yadayuhu Swasti na Indro Vruddhashravaha Swasti na Pusha Vishwavedaha Swasti nastarkshyo Arishtanemihi Swasti no Bruhaspatir Dadatu Om Shanti 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 Om Yaschandasam Vrishabho Vishwarupah Chandobhyodhyamrutat Sambhavuva Samendro Medhaya Sprunotu Amrutasya Devadharano Bhuyasam Shariram Me Vicharshanam Jihva Me Madhumattama Karnabhyam Bhori Vishruvam Brahmanah Koshosi Medaya Pihitah Shrutam Me Gopaya Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om Shanno Mitrah Sham Varunah Shanno Bhavatvaryama Shanna Indro Bruhaspatihi Shanno Vishnurukramah Namo Brahmane Namaste Vayo Tvameva Pratyaksham Brahmasi Tvameva Pratyaksham Brahma Vadishyami Rutam vadishyami satyam vadishyami tanmamavatu tadvaktaram avatu mam avatu vaktaram. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om Apyayantu Mamangani Vak Pranaha Chakshuh Shrotram Atho Balam Indriyani cha sarvani sarvam brahma upanishadam maham brahma nirakuryam mama brahma nirakarot anirakaranamastu anirakaranam me astu tadatmani nirate ye upanishatsu dharmaha te mayi santo Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. ॐ तच्छम्यो वृणीमहे गातुं यज्ञाय गातुं यज्ञपतये दैवी स्वस्तिरस्तु नः स्वस्तिर्मानुषेभ्यः ऊर्ध्वं जिगातु भेषजं शन्नो अस्तु द्विपदे शं चतुष्पदे ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः. Thus every day revel in this Vedic chantings and tune to the Vedic rishis, Veda mantras, Shruti Mata, as well as the Paramatma himself. Wonderful friends, how delightful it is every day that we are able to manage ourselves to present here. Second aspect of the day, quickly we go through all our activities. Our common sense thought. Today's common sense thought is very common, in fact, misses out. That's why it's called common sense thought. Few things, it's so simple, looks like, but then simple things only miss out of our attention, go out of our attention. Any of them. I'll just mention here 4 or 5 things. Quickly think about them, take your time, see the truth in them, see the reality in them, see the correctness in them. Key, when do we want to be healthy? Past or present or future? Or only sometime or someplace? So simple. We want to be healthy all the time. Then is not that we have to follow the principles of the health all the time. If I want to be healthy all the time, there are principles of being healthy. They have to be followed all the time. How can there be that we can be inadvertent and forgetful about those principles, take things for granted, and then compromise with our own want? That I want to be healthy all the time. Who is the culprit here? Whose mistake is this? Who is at fault? It's me only, isn't it? So too, when should I be comfortable financially, secured? Is it just once in my lifetime for some time, some period, or at all the time that I feel so comfortable, secured that my bank balance is good? Congrats, today's Dhanteras. So the answer is obvious that we want to be sound financially all the time and feel that security. If that's the case, then when should we manage our finances? It's all intelligence and management. You can't say that I'll manage sometimes and all other times I'll mismanage and I should have always good amount in my bank, then I should feel secure. ऐसा नहीं होता. If you want to find that financial security, you have to be sound always in your finances and you have to be wise to manage them. And management of finances, the balance between the incomes and expenditures. So common. Person with 10 lakhs per annum also can end up with debts towards the month ending if he cannot know how to spend it. A person with 30,000 also can save 5,000 every month. It's all intelligence which we very rarely use. In the same way, when do we want to enjoy our, company with the people? That sometimes I should enjoy my company with them, their company with me, and other times, all the time, let us say the disturbances, the discrepancies, the quarrels, misunderstandings, or all the time I want to be in a good, relation with the people. Wherever I am, whenever I am, when I am with the people around, if I want to spend or have that time very jolly, very happy, That art of managing that people also cannot be partial. It should be all the time. It's a big subject, I know. Goes for hours together if we discuss. And you're all wise people. Deal with hundreds every day, not like me, Babaji. So I need not explain all that. You know it. The simple ideas of reduction in our ego, reduction in our expectations, reduction in our insistences, acceptance as what they are, and understand like we are not wise all the time, others also not. Like we also get distracted or disturbed, others too. Therefore, as we want forgiveness from others, give that forgiveness quickly. As we want love from others, give that love. These are the few things when we learn, and the point today is what? None of these things. The main point today we are discussing is when. When is always. है ना? हमारा रिलेशन लोगों के साथ हमेशा ठीक होना है, तो हमेशा संभाल के रहो. When we go, why should we go out of our balance in our expression? That is enough to create that rupture and that pain in that mutual relations. Sometimes क्या होता है ना, हादसा छोटा होता है, that misunderstanding or whatever, but it goes on for years together. Sometimes people carry decades. That one incident of bitterness or insult or whatever it is. So even that much we cannot give a chance. Therefore, to be happy with the people, always we have to be very alert about the situations, about the other person, his character, our relation, most importantly, what value they give us. लाइफ में क्या होता है, कुछ लोग हमें कम जानते हैं लेकिन हमको बहुत वैल्यू देते हैं. Some others are there, so much they use us, but they don't value us. Some don't want to value that. Some people decide that we are good for nothing. Throughout life, they don't value. There's a variety of things that happen in life with the people. And everybody is improving, everybody is changing, everybody's ideas, values goes on changing. So who behaves what at what time? Very difficult to know. But what is in our hands is our maturity, our understanding, our presence of mind, our alertness, our ability to respond more than reacting at every moment. If we want to be happy with every person all through, they can be our grandparents, the parents, the siblings, the children, the grandchildren, the neighbors, whoever they are. It's an art. What we miss is what? We want to be wise and that we want to postpone in for future, and in the present we want to be happy. That never happens. In the present, if you want to be happy, in every aspect you have to be wise also in the present. So too, beautiful things. 3 more things we'll discuss. One, when do we want to be happy with ourselves? We want to be happy with ourselves all the time. And what makes me happy, more than the outer things? My own value system. When they are authentic, when they are scriptural, when they are well designed and guided by our elders, and when they are with us all the time, always I am happy with myself. Like as we said just now, the value that I love others, the value that I forgive others, the value that I accept others, the value that I understand others, the value that I am ready to help others. So these are such a beautiful things if I have in them. Whether other recognizes or not, I am so happy with me. If I have to be happy with myself, when should these values be practiced by me? Think about it. It is not that it is in future. Be attentive. They have to be every moment practiced so that every moment we are practicing them so that they have become our nature first habit, not even second, so that they alone are effortlessly, even unconsciously expressing every moment, just like right now, unconsciously, all non-positive expresses through us, because that's what we made our character. That's what we made our habit inadvertently. In short, the human life is, it's an every moment's alertness. That's the price we have to pay. And every moment's our practice which makes us perfect masters of what we have to practice again every moment masterly without any efforts. Whether it is a health aspect, whether it is financial aspect, whether it is relation with people, whether I am with myself happy. All the time I feel regret, all the time I feel guilty. Why? Because the value system corrupt. And what do? We know these are the values, but we procrastinate for them for future. ऐसा नहीं होता. उनको हर पल करते रहने से उसका आदत बनकर वो हर पल हमारे द्वारा व्यक्त होते हैं. Today's main thought is this. Like if I have to be happy, I have to be happy every moment. If I have to be alert, I have to be alert every moment. If I have to be good, I have to be good every moment. If I have to have values, I have to have values every moment. If I have to be good with people, every moment I have to be so. It's not that someday somebody will come and do something and it starts happening. No. That day when we decide to start doing, and that day when we start really doing, and when we don't stop, and when keep on doing, it's going to happen. And if you don't do it, won't happen. Isn't it? So we have to do the things in such a manner that they become habit, in such a manner that habitually we are doing the good things. As simple as that. हम क्या है? We are in a laziness. We are in a non-recognizing mode ourselves. Human life is to mold every moment for the betterment, for the better performance, so that performance becomes habit, and habit makes us perform. As simple as that. So too, when should we be the devotee of the God? Isn't it? We have to be always devotee of the God. When should we be responsible for our country, let us say? Always. When should we be responsible for our Sanatana Dharma and what bit we can do? It's not that कभी कभी हमेशा होता. मतलब हमारे अंदर के इंटेलेक्चुअल खजाने में all these things should be so fully stocked up that, as we mentioned so many things, at every moment, in whichever the situation I am, and among all these things, whatever I have to express outside, it should express so, what do you call, effortlessly that moment, because that is already mastered by me. So if I'm in a temple, that's the place where I have to worship the Lord. So naturally the devotion should come. Naturally. It has to be made so natural that naturally it comes. And when I need to buy something, naturally I should put my hand in a pocket or in my, tijori, I should find the money. Not the yaar nahi tha, nahi. Are you understanding the point? It should be practiced so much, always there. So all these things are like in your kitchen. पर चाय बनाओ, कॉफी बनाओ, रसम बनाओ, सांभर बनाओ, सब आइटम्स होते हैं. Only a mismanaging people don't think about all these things in advance and don't put them in the kitchen. And exactly at the time of making sabzi, when they look at, salt is not there, haldi is not there. Wise person ऐसा नहीं होता हो. सारे हर चीज हर पल हर दिन यूज को नहीं होता, बट सब तैयार है. So that जिस दिन जो चीज जो चाहिए वो वहाँ है वो. There are people who manage that. In the same way, in life, these are all the essential ingredients. They have to be stocked up in us all the time, that we are ready to express whatever is required at whatever the time. In the same way, when should we be the Mukta Purusha with Brahma Jnana? Posthumously or future may? No, the Mukti of future is a delusion. I have to be Mukta right now. If you are Mukta right now, then discard the Upadhi Tadatmya and be in the self right now. And how it happens when you master it. When do we master? When we practice every moment. See, remember, we master that which we practice every moment. And we have to practice every moment that thing which we have to master. But this simple thing we miss in some type of hallucinating life of our mind, that we don't recognize these things. Every moment I am in Brahma Swarupa Tata. This is ultimate. And whenever I am in another situation, like in a temple, yeah, that's an occasion to look at that Saguna Paramatma, come to that level, do your stotram, do your bhajana, do your prayer for the entire universe. And suddenly some being came to immediately bring that loving personality, fully trained, naturally trained personality trained to be so natural and so effortless that lovingly you are interacting with that person, whoever he may be. That person may be with us also. That person has just come in our life, and he may be utterly negative, utterly hateful towards us. Immaterial, it is all in that person's hand. From my side, I know the perfect art of relating with the divinity expressing in the form of this human being. अब देख क्या मजा रहेगा जिंदगी में. Think about it. So all the time these have to be practiced so that we are master of all of them, and they're all piled up in us all the time. So pakka that we anything anytime we have to express outside, it is just happening through us. That is called as the life expressing through us in its full glory, the divinity expressing through us, rather with this practice the divinity chooses to express through us. नाउ द डिविनिटी भाग रहा है हमसे क्योंकि हम तैयार ही नहीं. हर जगह किस तरह का ईगो से अनप्रिपेयर्ड, रॉ, अनकल्चर्ड, अनट्रेन्ड individuality and arrogance and ego ours. Nowhere we are trained when we don't want to be trained. There are gurus, there are shastras, there are mahatmas who want to nurture us, want to nourish us, want to culture us, want to train us, want to discipline us. They are ready to give all their resources. But हम नहीं सुधरना चाहते, हम उधर जाना चाहते. तो इस बात पे थोड़ा ध्यान देवे. So very crucial thought though, we have put it under the common sense thought, but not a very common thing to know. And only one request, let's not postpone our happiness. Let us be happy every moment. To be happy every moment, we have to be effortlessly, habitually perfect every moment. Till that happens, we have to put our effort to be perfect every moment, in everything. That's the price we have to pay. And the dividends, the things which we get are, incalculable they are. So let's try that, my dear friends. Thank you for the day. Now in our third aspect of the day, our mantrocharana, today being Dhanateras, Dhanatrayodashi. The beautiful thing, the Kubera Puja, the Dhanalakshmi Puja, that is done on today's day. 2 days before Bhagavan Krishna with that Satyabhama finishes that Narakasura in that Prag Jyotishapuram, that is towards that Tripura, Agartala, us area mein ho. So being Lakshmi Devi's Puja day, wishing and praying that all your outer and inner Lakshmis come and stay with all of us all the time. We'll chant one mantra 12 times from our Shri Sukta. Very simple it is, not a complicated one. What is that? The mantra I'll chant, I'll explain to you the meaning in half a minute, and then be with me in praying to that Mother Lakshmi, not only for us, but for the entire universe and cosmos to have her blessings. और जब प्रेयर सस्ते में होता है, फ्री में होता है ना, हमेशा याद रखना, सबके लिए प्रे करो, उससे कोई नुकसान नहीं, तो फायदा बहुत होता है. And I tell you the toughest secret to digest in life. What is it? We know for whom we are praying, isn't it? You pray for your parents, your children, your neighbors, but we never know how many millions are praying for us, because of which we are intact today. If you realize this point, from today onwards, in your prayers, include all beings, that they should have the spiritual wisdom, spiritual growth, and they should have all the resources required for a happy stay in this globe along with us. The people of past, present, future, everyone, all beings, not only humans. So the mantra is Siddha Lakshmir, Moksha Lakshmir, Jaya Lakshmi, Saraswati, Sri Lakshmir, Vara Lakshmischa, Prasanna Mama Sarvada. So this line is most important. Mama Sarvada Prasanna Bhuyat Bhavatu. Mama on me and all of us, Sarvada always. Prasanna, benevolent, kind, compassionate. The mother be on me, not because of me, but in spite of me, and because of her being naturally compassionate. So, mother, be compassionate on me is the underlining thing. And the more deeply, sincerely we do, and a little higher level of devotion may, with the tears in our eyes, with the gratitude for the already blessings that we are receiving from the mother and for the future. That's a different joy. Mother will be in front of us only, pratyaksha. So Siddha Lakshmi hi, the mother who gives me Siddhi in every of my noble endeavors. Moksha Lakshmi hi, she frees from me from all the bondages which I create because of my foolishness every moment, and she liberates me from the ultimate bondage of the thraldom of samsara. So Siddha Lakshmi, Moksha Lakshmi. Then Jaya Lakshmi, the mother giver of the victory. And we take up all the noble endeavors of the universal well-being and spiritual upliftment for us and others. So in all of them, there be victory by her grace. So Siddha Lakshmi, Moksha Lakshmi, Jaya Lakshmi, and Saraswati. And all these happen when we have wisdom. Wisdom theoretical, wisdom practical every moment. So as Saraswati, may Mother bless us with the wisdom. So Siddha Lakshmi, Moksha Lakshmi, Jaya Lakshmi, Saraswati, Sri Lakshmi. So Sri, all the sampadas, the sadgunas inside, all the dana kanaka vastvahana resources required. And all our resources are to serve dharma for our sadhana. That's it. So Sri Lakshmi, Vara Lakshmi ischa. So Vara Lakshmi is the one who is giver of the Vara, the boons. And what are our boon? Only one, let us be at our feet. Isn't it? Agar Jagan Mata takes us into her lap or at her feet and keeps us there, safe and secured. अरे इससे बड़ा और वर क्या चाहिए? All the wise bhaktas. You know, bhaktas are more wise than the people who think they are wise, the wise people. They ask this only. When the mother or God say, बेटा क्या चाहिए मांगो, कहते हमको आपके चरण में जगह दो. Once we are there, nothing is lacking and nothing can trouble us. So the Varada means the giver of that Vara, the boon of being always at her feet. So Prasanna Mama Sarvada, may her be Prasanna on me all the time. This is the meaning. Okay? Shall we chant this mantra? Enjoy that devotion. Feel Mother in your heart in our divine expression. Start. Om Siddha Lakshmir Moksha Lakshmir Jaya Lakshmi Saraswati Shri Lakshmir Vara Lakshmischa Prasanna Mama Sarvada. Om Siddha Lakshmi Moksha Lakshmi Jaya Lakshmi Saraswati Shri Lakshmir Vara Lakshmischa Prasanna Mama Sarvada. Om Siddha Lakshmir Moksha Lakshmi Jaya Lakshmi Saraswati Shri Lakshmir Vara Lakshmischa Prasanna Mama Sarvada. Om Siddha Lakshmi Moksha Lakshmi Jaya Lakshmi Saraswati Shri Lakshmir Vara Lakshmischa Prasanna Mama Sarvada. Om Siddha Lakshmi Moksha Lakshmi Jaya Lakshmi Saraswati Shri Lakshmir Vara Lakshmischa Prasanna Mama Sarvada. Om Siddha Lakshmi Moksha Lakshmi Jaya Lakshmi Saraswati Shri Lakshmir Vara Lakshmischa Prasanna Mama Sarvada. Om Siddha Lakshmir Moksha Lakshmi Jaya Lakshmi Saraswati Shri Lakshmi Vara Lakshmischa Prasanna Mama Sarvada. Om Siddha Lakshmi Moksha Lakshmi Jaya Lakshmi Saraswati Shri Lakshmi Vara Lakshmischa Prasanna Mama Sarvada. Om Siddha Lakshmi Moksha Lakshmi Jaya Lakshmi Saraswati Shri Lakshmi Vara Lakshmischa Prasanna Mama Sarvada. Om Siddha Lakshmi Moksha Lakshmi Jaya Lakshmi Saraswati Shri Lakshmi Vara Lakshmischa Prasanna Mama Sarvada. ॐ सिद्धलक्ष्मीः मोक्षलक्ष्मीः जयलक्ष्मीः सरस्वती श्रीलक्ष्मीः वरलक्ष्मीश्च प्रसन्ना मम सर्वदा। ॐ सिद्धलक्ष्मीः मोक्षलक्ष्मीः we can see, experience those blessings every moment. Thank you, friends. Om, 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 Om Sahana Vavatu. Om Namo Brahmadibhyo. Om Sahano Bhunaktu Sahaviryam Karavavahai Tejasvinavadhitamastu Ma Vidvishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om Namo Brahmadibhyo. Om Brahma Vidya Sampradaya Kartrubhyo Vamsa Rushibhyo Mahadbhyo Namo Gurubhyaha. Om Yairime Gurubihi Purvam Padavakya Pramanatah व्याख्याताः सर्ववेदान्ताः तान् नित्यं प्रणतोऽस्म्यहम्। ॐ शङ्करं शङ्कराचार्यम् ॐ निधये सर्वविद्यानां ॐ श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानाम् ॐ करुणावरुणालय पालय माम्। ॐ ब्रह्मानन्दं परमसुखदं परब्रह्मणे श्रुतिमात्रे समस्त ब्रह्मविद्या आचार्येभ्यो ऋषिभ्यो मुनिभ्यो गुरुभ्यो देवताभ्यो अस्मद्गुरुभ्यो नमः। श्वेताश्वतर उपनिषद आचार्येभ्यो नमः। संकल्पः तेषां सर्वेषां कृपानुग्रहेण उपनिषदुक्त ब्रह्मात्मैक्यबोधेन अस्मिन् क्षणे एव मोक्षकैवल्यप्राप्त्यर्थं सनातनधर्मस्य विश्वव्याप्ति विश्व आध्यात्मिक प्रगत्यर्थं धर्मसंस्थापकानां नित्यनिरन्तरदिग्विजयार्थं श्रीराममन्दिरवत् शिवकृष्णादिमन्दिरादीनां पुनरवाप्ति तेषु निरन्तरशास्त्र अध्ययनादीनां द्वारा भारतवर्षस्य सनातनधर्मस्य बाह्याभ्यन्तर शत्रुविघ्नसमूल निर्मूलनपूर्वक भारतवर्षे विश्वे चस्मात् क्षणादारभ्य वैदिकैन्दव संस्कृतेः धर्ममोक्ष पुरुषार्थानां सुसम्प्रतिष्ठावाप्त्यर्थम् अस्यां कक्षायाम् आगतानां संकल्पितसत्कर्मसु दिग्विजयार्थं तेषां हृदये परब्रह्मादीनां प्रति भक्त्यादीनां द्वारा जन्मसाफल्यार्थं कृष्णयजुर्वेदीय श्वेताश्वतरोपनिषदः आद्य शंकर भाष्य समेत अध्ययन साधना प्रयत्नं मोक्षार्थं वयं सर्वे करिष्यामहे। फ्रेंड्स, ओम नित्यानंदं निराधारं निखिलाधारम् अव्ययं निगमाद्यगतं नित्यं नीलकंठं नमाम्यहम्। By the grace of Bhagwan Shankara, by the grace of Shwethashwathara Rishi and all the rishis and our gurus, Guru Parampara, we made a beginning of study of Upanishads around 2019 October onwards. So 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. So 6 years without even one day break. So almost more than. So as a consequence, Ishakena Katha Prashna Munda Mandukya Taittiriya Aitareya Upanishads we completely studied. Shwethashwathara Upanishad now we are studying. In that also by divine grace, 5 chapters we have concluded successfully. And you are seeing that it's feel not bad for saying these things, because in that I am including myself also. That it is the lack of our concentration, lack of our inner abilities of memories, lack of our Purna Shraddha, that we have not remembered all what we studied. But what we studied every day, every mantra, every bhashya was so sublime, so ultimate, so divine, so liberating actually. The highest we are given from so many days by the highest, the divine. Now it will continue. This availability of divine grace through the divine Upanishadic Jnanam keeps on happening. It is we who have to increase all our abilities, all our qualifications to get maximum benefit out of them. What are they? Every day we discuss them. Need not share anything new. So may all those inner qualities, abilities, we improve by our conscious effort and truly continue deserving these teachings and deserve the next levels of our spiritual journey, that is after Shravana, the Manana, after Manana, the Chintana, the Nididhyasana. And may we not stop till we get the glimpses of the experience of reality, and may we not stop till we fully establish in that. Friends, we have seen, especially in the 5th chapter, the three topics were discussed. First was the Tatpadam explained for first 6 mantras, the Brahman. Then, very unique manner and exhaustively, the Tvampada also is introduced to us in this Upanishad from 7th mantra up to 12th one, so vividly, so distinctly, so conspicuously, so clearly, so unambiguously and completely. मजेदार टॉपिक था वो, जहाँ जीवा was explained with all the things, in which he gets bound, etc., and not leaving the topic there. In the last two mantras, how this jiva gets out of his bondage and gets into liberation by realizing his essential self, the Tatpada, the Brahmana, that is indicated. And those two mantras were so important, so consuming, in fact, that if you really look back, at least 10 to 12 days we studied these two mantras only. पिछले 8-10 दिन से हम लगातार पढ़ रहे हैं वही उन्हीं दो मंत्रों को. अनाद्यनंतम कलिलस्य मध्ये विश्वस्य स्रष्टारमनेक रूपम विश्वस्यैकं परिवेष्टितारं ज्ञात्वा देवं उच्यते सर्वपाशैः. Then भावग्राह्यमनीडाख्यं भावाभावकरं शिवं कलासर्गकरं देवं ये विदुस्ते जहुस्तनुम्. As required, if we had dedicated our whole day for the manana chintana of these mantras with the Bhashyam of Adi Shankara, and always were in that mood only. In fact, the clear picture about what is sadhana, what is sadhya, we could have got. Nevertheless, there I durustha, better late than never. In spirituality, though it is always delay, yet it is not a delay. Anytime we can again in the Y road take up this spiritual road and again start, restart. So, recognizing the beauty of these mantras and their artha, feeling for it from within, and slowly pulling ourselves away after fulfilling all our minimum obligations and responsibilities to the world, especially after a certain age, take up these inner understandings, inner studies, inner spiritual journeys more and more seriously and sincerely. It's only a suggestion, Nobody can. Nobody can force us if we don't want to do, and nobody can force us or stop us if we want to do. It's all in our interest. Once in a while we share this thought, हम दुनिया में बहुत लोगों का बहुत उद्धार कर आए, करते भी जा रहे, अब स्वयं का भी उद्धार कर सोचो. And leave it not to someone who cannot do it. The world cannot do it at all. So that way, these mantras and their artha, and we in this Kali Yuga getting a chance to study them, that too with the Bhashya, the rarity of that, let us be little sensitive to and recognize them and sensible to use them too. So what a tasty was that whole chapter, and especially the last two mantras. And last mantra तो मेरे को तो छोड़ने को मन ही नहीं कर रहा था, खत्म करने को मन ही नहीं रहा था, और लग रहा था कि ये छोड़ो तो मैं कहाँ जाऊँ, क्या करूँ, कौन सा लेक्चर करूँ, बिकॉज सब कुछ इसी में है. That feeling of that mantra, bhavagrahyam, anidakyam, bhava bhava karam, shivam, Kala Sargakaram Devam and Ye Viduhu Te Jahustanu. See the assurance in that. See the guidance in that. See the completeness in that. अब बस दिल होना है भाई हमारे ऋषियों के ज्ञान को भी, पहुंच को भी और महिमा को भी समझने के लिए दिल होना है ज्यादा. दिल है मेरे ख्याल में दिमाग भी आ जाता है. इफ यू हैव द हार्ट द इंटेलेक्ट कम्स. मेनी टाइम्स द इंटेलेक्ट करप्ट्स द हार्ट, but the other way around, when the heart is there, it brings the intellect required and keeps it in its intact position. To have that heart, and मैं तो यही करता हूँ, हो ऋषि परंपरा हो गुरु परंपरा, kill me if you want, but don't take me away from the study of these scriptures. Don't take me away from the thought of this divinity. Not only this moment, every moment, not only this day, every day, not only this life, every life. Because these rishis, this jnanam that they give, once it starts clicking to us, the whole world, the whole life is a play, a game. There's nothing in this world other than joy and joy and joy. So may we all reach to that level, not only theoretically, practically too, and experientially too. For that only we are here, friends. We are not here to just kill our time or waste our time. I know how precious are your hours, your minutes. So here we are, that's how to study this sublime subject. Now, with this, we make an announcement that we have done our Panchamodhyaya. So, ye viduste jahustano. So, the ones who realize that Brahman with these lakshanas as their own self, they jahuhu tanu means what? As we explained yesterday, they are no more by any force or means bound by the tanu. The tanu is sharira. The shariras are three. The stula, sukshma, karana. Through these three sharira tadatmya only we are bound as jiva. आप इसके पार चले जाओ ना, तो you are that infinite. So the stula sharira we are a jagrat purusha. Sukshma sharira we are swapna purusha. Technically Vishwainta Ijasa. In the karana sharira we are called as prajna. Put together we are jiva. And this jiva is the one goes through the transmigration of Janma Marana, in between only going through all limitations and sufferings, and all of that is because of delusion, and that is because of ignorance. So ignorance is removed by the Tattva Jnana. When that ignorance goes away, no more delusion. There is no delusion, no tadatmya with the three shariras. That's what is said here. Because of this, there is no jiva bhava. Because of that, there is no any bondage. See how this sublime knowledge has been digested by our Rishi Munis and experienced. And they are so selfless that they gave it to next generation. And as if pleaded or commanded or demanded or ordered that next generation कि जैसा हमने आपको दिया आप इसको आगे बांटते जाओ. अब इस तरह से वैदिक काल, which goes back to how many thousands of years we don't know, the Upanishadic Jnanam which revealed there has come even to us in this Kali. So respect it, value it. It's only a requestful suggestion. Now, so ye viduste jahustanu. So in that one or two things, whether we like it or not, sometimes you have to understand and accept what it is. In their soft heart, the other ruthless thing also, our rishis are mentioning that unless you transcend your Trideha Tadatmya, you can never be liberated from your bondage. And unless you realize the self, you cannot transcend your Jiva Bhava. Please don't try to alter this. Don't try to change this. Don't try to, make it suitable to you, convenient to you. तुम साधना करो या ना करो, लेकिन इस बात को बिगाड़ो मत. What are the two things there? Unless there is no way out from to get out of the Tadatmya. And then in these two aspects, there are no alternatives, there are no proxies, and there are no any reservations. Swamiji, मैं तो SC, BC हूँ, ST, तो we have so much things in constitution, etc. Can there any reservation here? ऐसा नहीं होता, किसी को भी नहीं होता हो. तो सबके लिए एक ही चीज है ना. मुक्ति चाहिए तो त्रिदेह तादात्म्य से पार होना है, और त्रिदेह तादात्म्य पार होना है तो तत्व को जानना है. So therefore, one trick today I'll tell you, trick of the mind and the trick of the intellect. The trick of the mind is somehow or the other to hold on or to catch hold us and put us in the three dehas and the world. And the intelligent person who sufficiently exposes to the Shastras uses his intellect, this trick. What is it? All the time trying to revel in that the truth. अब देखो, आप 2,25,342 साल भी वेदांत सुना, फिर भी if you have not understood this trick of the mind that it pulls me down, and if you are not matured intellectually with your convinced trick that I have to put myself into the truth, you have not understood Vedanta. Vedanta is not going to bless you. है कि नहीं? हम नीचे खींचे जाते हैं, हमें मेहनत करके ऊपर ऊपर जाना है. और नीचे इज all these three deha and the three levels of life and the jiva bhava. And the higher one is always identifying with the truth. That's why the famous sentence of Bhagavan Adi Shankara is what? Vedanta vakyeshu sada ramantaha. Always reveling in the experience that's indicated in the Vedanta Mahavakyas. Right, friends? With this note, we will make a good beginning of this, our Shashtodhyayaha. We will chant first 5 mantras, and then let us make a beginning with the Sambandha Bhashyam. Right? Om Samasta Devatabhyo Rishibhyo Munibhyo Gurubhyo Namaha. Atha Krishne Jurvediya Shwethashwathara Upanishad Atha Shashtodhyayaha Parayanam Yenavrutam Nityamidam Hi Sarvam Jnakalakaro Guni Sarva Vidyaha Tene Shitam Karma Vivartateha Prutyaptejo Nilakhani Chindyam Tatkarma Krutva Vinivartya Bhuyaha Tatvasya Tatmena Sametya Yogam Ekena Dvabhyam Tribhirashtabhirva Kalena Chaivatma Gunaishcha Sukshmaihi Arabhya Karmani Gunanvitani Bhavanasya Sarvana Viniyojayedyaha Tesham Abhave Krutakarma Nashaha Karmakshaye Yati Satatvatonyaha Adissa Samyoga Nimitta Hetuhu Parastrikaladakalopi Drushtaha Tam Vishwarupam Bhavabhutamidhyam Devam Swachittastamupasya Purvam. The chanting also of these mantras is so revealing and so delightful. अब एक बात देखो, we have seen our 16-18 days back in our one of the common sense thought classes. If you remember, what is it? There is happiness in the spiritual self. There is happiness in the divine upasanas. There is happiness in the upadhi niyantrana rupi yoga. There is happiness in punya karmas. There is happiness in the seva to the world. There is happiness in our swadharma. There is also not happiness but pleasures in our bhoga outside, in our dehadi tadatmya, in our nidradi, and also in our not positive, negative doings. What is our discretion is, we have to recognize the happiness in them, that there is happiness in these higher things. तो जो हमने आपको सीक्वेंस बताया, they're all gradation from the lowest to the highest. It doesn't appear, it doesn't appeal to us to begin with. जैसे भक्ति में आनंद है, ऐसा हमको तुरंत अपील नहीं होता. I have to recognize that there is happiness in the devotion, and I slowly have to bring that within me through practice. है ना? याद रखो, गुरु से मत पूछना, गुरु महाराज दिखाओ भक्ति में आनंद है तो अभी जाकर मैं करूंगा. स्पिरिचुअलिटी में ऐसा नहीं होता. स्पिरिचुअलिटी कैसा होता है? करते जाओ, दिखेगा. इसलिए have the faith that there is higher happiness in these higher things and recognize it for yourselves. Thank you. Now the first mantra का संबंध भाष्यम आज टच करते हैं. That's enough. षष्ठोध्यायः परमेश्वर की महिमा से सृष्टि चक्र का संचालन. So the entire Srishti Chakra, like we talk about the Kala Chakra, the whole Srishti Chakra is going on. That is all happening by the Mahima of the Parama Ishvara. So there is Supreme Brahman and his own Shakti Maya. With that he is called as Parameshwara. And the entire Srishti Chakra, in which all these three things cyclically go on happening. Srishti, Sthiti, Laya, and in the Sthiti million managements. Please remember, at the outer level, to our observation and perception, there appear to be many beings who are doing the Srishti Chakra, or who are managing or maintaining. But mind you, whether we see them and recognize their presence or not, ultimately it is the Ishvara who is behind all of them. Like I am giving this satsang to you, you are listening. तो वेरी आउटसेट में हमको तो ग्रास लेवल में लगता है कोई बाबा जी बैठकर बोल रहे हैं और अपन सुन रहे हैं. But if the Lord is not there, if His Sankalpa is not there, if His Anugrah is not there, neither I am alive first of all, nor I will have all this knowledge remembered, nor there is an opportunity to us, nor these conveniences. So too from your side too, that you are there, your willingness is there, your convenience is there. Many of you, despite so many inconveniences or things, you made it convenient to come and attend. It's His grace. Therefore, reject to say that the world is accidentally happening by itself or is managed by the so-called small little tiny pokey paltry individualities. Now, beyond and behind that supreme will is there. Ab dekho, 4 days back we studied our evening Ovasma Ramayana. What was Rama's question? What was Vasishthaji's answer? Rama's question was, why not one Jiva's desire is others, every Jiva's desire? Why they are different? First Rama says, Vasishthaji kehte hai, Murak, hai to only one Ishvara. Everything is His will only. It is His play going on. We are all parts in His play. And whoever are knowing it and tuning to Him, they are first enjoying the outer life, second inner life, third again they go back and merge with Him. Those who are misusing the freedom given, the abilities given, the power given, and with that misuse, create the disturbance in the total world, they are given punishments. That whole punishments are again to bring us back onto the track of tuning to the Paramatma. So in this way, this chapter talks about this topic. To begin with, कि परमेश्वर की महिमा से सृष्टि चक्र का संचालन, it is His महिमा, देवशेष महिमा. ठीक है फ्रेंड्स? The संबंध भाष्य शंकर says, ननु अन्ये कालादयः कारणमिति मन्यन्ते तत् कथं पुनः ईश्वरस्य कलासर्गकरत्वम् इति आशंक्य आह. So many people say the time is the one which is a factor behind all happenings, etc. How come in the last shloka, Kala Sargakaram Keke, the Lord is the one who is the Sargakara, the creator of all the Kalas said. So can you little elaborate? This is as if the question or inquisitiveness, curiosity of the student, or even a question by the Purvapaksh. So to that, the Bhagavan, the Shruti, Rishi, the who is either Shwethashwathara Rishi gives the answer. Bhagavan Shankara gives us the Bhashya. With that we study. The mantra is Swabhava Meke Kavayo Vadanti Kalam Tathanye Parimukhya Manaha. So some say the Swabhav is the Hetu, others say the Kala is the Hetu for the Srushti Chakra. Both are deluded. Parimukhya Manaha Devasesha Mahimatu Loke. This is the Mahima of the Devata only. Yena idam brahmete brahmachakram. The whole universal cycle is happening because of His grace. Okay? Continue tomorrow, friends. Thank you. Om 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 Purnavada. Shrutimatre Namaha. Tatsad Brahmarmastu. Dhanteras. Worship Mother Lakshmi. Be blessed with all the inner and outer richnesses and wealth. Thank you. See you.